Hey, community. We're going to remember some of our favorite Ask Yo Aunteas from 2023. So get your cups ready right now.
Ask Yo Aunteas, sex 4 times a night.
Ask Yo Aunteas, racist friend.
And Ask Yo Aunteas, sex with my boss's husband. So get your cups ready for a rewind of Minoritea Report.
Hey, welcome to Minoritea Report. It's Auntie Corell.
It's Auntie Dewan.
And it's Auntie Jarrell.
Hey, ladies. What's up?
Hey.
What it do, boo? What's up? Hey.
Oh, man. So we in the new year now. We still on a little vacay. So this is still another best of episode, but it'll be the last one. We'll be back with a new episode, brand new next week. But you're still gonna get some color commentary. You know, we good.
Look, they can't stop us from giving something extra every time we have an
gonna
episode.
talk. If there's one thing we gonna do,
look, a nigga got something to say.
Period. And so this is gonna be best of our Ask Yo Aunteas segment, you know.
Mhm.
Ask Yo Aunteas. Yeah, and so another year of Ask Yo Aunteas, honestly, and another year just vulnerable ass questions that you guys are entrusting in us to provide, you know, entertainment. It's entertaining, you know. But then just our best opinions and advice that we have, honestly, based on that moment in time.
Yeah.
and maybe that's a segment in the future. We go back to an Ask Yo Aunteas to see if we agree with ourselves.
Right. I don't know, because we know how to beat a dead horse though. So I don't know. Something.
Yeah. We're gonna give you the kaleidoscope of answers, and you pick the one that works best for you.
Right.
You'll choose your own auntie answer. It's never just one.
Wow. What was that? What are the
the fortune tellers?
Cootie catchers
The
or whatever?
fortune tellers. That's what we call them, the fortune tellers.
Oh, we call them cootie catchers, I think.
See, we call them fortune tellers because you picked a color, you picked a number,
they picked the number,
and it told you like your fortune or whatever it was. Yeah. I still know how to make those. Oddly enough, I taught.
I was also going to say, I don't think I know how to make those.
I don't remember how to make those.
How to. Yeah.
Dang, I wouldn't even know what the first fold would be anymore.
You do a square and you turn the angles into this way. You take all the angles.
She said I did that the other day. She said I got one right here.
What you mean?
I mean, we're talking about origami, not sex positions. Come on now. You start out on your back, then you put your left leg over here.
Go like this. Then you put that one like this,
and then you breathe like this. Yes, ma'am.
But I appreciate the community last year, and just how much they love the Ask Yo Aunteas. Last year was just very clear that that's part of our identities at Minoritea Report is the Ask Yo Aunteas. And so one thing I hope this year is that we do include some more Ask Yo Aunteas in our episodes. But in order to do that, y'all need to send us some questions though.
Period.
Okay.
That's the only way they keep going.
Look, and we do specify, like, this does not always have to be relationship issues, because we know that our lives are multifaceted. We've talked a lot about this year about, things that go on in the office place, things that are happening, in terms of like friendships and whatnot. So we can broaden the scope.
A lot about African Americans, and we gonna beat that one to the ground. That one,
I'm trying to figure out why dude went into a cheesecake factory. That shit.
But I would also like to say though too, like, it also don't have to be yo. It don't have to be your mess. It can be somebody else's mess too. Like,
it's anonymous.
Because some of us got our shit together. So if you got a friend out there, who you want to just tell their story without putting their names in it, and then like, you know what, you should probably look into Minoritea Report, because I think they talked about that on an episode. That way you don't got to be the messenger, right? You can let your aunties be the messengers for you.
That's
See?
a word.
Just saying.
And honestly, and it could be as simple as, like, remember the episode we had, like, Janet versus J-Lo, who could dance better? If that's what your question is, that's what your question is. Like, that's entertaining too. Like, that's funny to us as well. So it can be that simple. Like, So don't overthink it. So we need
and
but don't write in no questions being like, should I suck that dick? Because we gonna say yes. I just want you to know. So like
that part.
Just know some things are gonna be like, duh, bitch, go for it. To the base.
Slap on that nah. Come on the cut.
But also, if we answered some of your questions and you took some of our advice or didn't, let us know. We love those community bulletin boards so that we can find out what the outcome of some of these situations are.
But just remember, you grown, so you are responsible for your own actions.
That's a word.
Disclaimer.
That is a word.
We are we are nothing but the disclaimer queens. We're gonna give you all the advice and then be like, oh, by the way, it's your decision.
Honey, don't be sad. My auntie said, what? We said, choose your own adventure, ho.
Remember this?
Booty catches.
I cannot.
It's so funny that you brought that up, Terrell, because like a couple of episodes ago, like a couple of months ago, we were talking. You weren't here on this episode, but it was the diarrhea on the plane. And then when we were doing the title, we said diarrhea cha cha cha. And before we landed on that, both of us had that flashback of being like in the third grade or whatever, and talking about those little sayings that you used to say.
Yeah,
it's just so wild how much stuff you did, like as a young human that did not carry forward into your.
Because I ain't thought about that in so long. Like, honey, 30 years.
When you're sliding in the first and you feel that certain burst, diarrhea.
I cannot even.
That'd be a fire ass beat.
Right?
Oh, man. But one thing we haven't really talked too much, like we hinted here and there too, even before we get to Ask Yo Aunteas. Community, I hope y'all enjoyed the titles to these episodes because we be thinking about this shit, especially trying to get, their search engine shit, things like that. But we be cracking our own damn selves up. And
we really do, though.
I hope y'all pay attention to these damn titles.
Most of the time, I would say probably 75% of the time, it's like something that we said in the in the conversation. But other times,
other times it'd be hard. We'd be like, damn.
Well, yes, but also like there's a lot that we leave on the cutting room floor. Like if we ever have the opportunity to dig in the archives and just put together a mega mix of just some of the stuff that we talk about offline that doesn't make it onto the air, honey.
So and we're still trying to figure out where to put some of this stuff. Like that's another goal. 2024 is just try to figure all that stuff. But there's just a lot of work to do for the podcast. So like, that's what it comes down to. So if we got an intern, she just sat there and made her. I'm so mad at you. I am so mad at you.
I showed this job, made one.
And you know what? There's going to be people out there that have no idea what you just made. Like they would have never even heard of it.
YouTube.
Yeah,
that's another thing. We got to get our numbers up on YouTube. Help us out, y'all. Like you already listened to the episode. Just go over there and click the button.
Yes, I can choose your fortune for you. Okay, which one you want, girl? Look.
Love it.
And let me just give you a little bit of a tip. Like go to YouTube, let it play because obstacles.
Patience.
And if you're a new subscriber, you might have to go back a couple of episodes to get that reference.
Yeah, especially our new DNR studio folks. Hey y'all, what's up, booze?
But a quick tip, go ahead and open up YouTube on whatever, your laptop, your phone, not your phone, but like your laptop or your television, and just let it play. You ain't got to be listening to it.
Yeah, let it play in the background. Because it helps the algorithm. Everything is content in this world anymore, honestly.
Y'all know we live in the Matrix, so we got to help it.
Right. Here we go. There's another day or so.
Starting the year off right.
Might as well. But anyway, we appreciate you. Leave us a review too on the Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That helps us out as well. We're just doing a couple little housekeeping notes before we hop into our favorite Ask Yo Aunteas.
Get yourself some merch. Get yourself some merch.
Come on, titties.
Yes. I was walking through the airport coming back from a work trip, and I specifically put my wash your hands, legs, and ass, the same sweatshirt just in black on. And I can't tell you how many times somebody stopped me to say, I love your shirt. I said, it's a podcast. Go subscribe.
Go subscribe.
And I love how like my backpack perfectly framed the Minority Report on the back so that, you know, when I went like this, they could actually, I actually looked in the mirror to make sure it wasn't covering up when I was in the airport, honey.
I know that's right. So, but yeah, to wash your hands, legs, and ass, it's like a cult classic. But we needed to like we don't want it a cult classic. We want this to be popular. So come on, tell everybody, go to minorityareport.com, get you some merch. We'll get some new merch in 2024, by the way. That's on the list. But no, we at the end of the day, we appreciate you, especially our day ones and our newbies and all in between. We appreciate you so much because if not, it'd just be us talking to each other.
Which I mean, we okay with as well too.
Which we do anyway. But we like when y'all come into the conversation as well.
Because I think, aren't we in like 4 different like text chats and like 3 different like IG chats and then like 2 different
girl, I really can't keep up.
I really can't. I can't. Between all the memes that the community be sending and all the memes that Dewan be sending, I can't keep up no more.
Well, look, at least I have an excuse. I get all my shit out first thing in the morning at the end of the day because y'all don't hear shit from me throughout the day at all. I'll just be like crickets. So it's like from 7 a.m. until about 9, it's like prime time, Instagram, scrolling, memeing, whatever. And then crickets. And then
another
7 or 8 o'clock. It's like, okay, he back on now.
Oh Lord. So all right, let's see here. Jarrell, what is your favorite Ask Yo Aunteas from 2023?
Well, you know, one of my favorite things is let's talk about sex, baby. Hey, so for me, it was Ask Yo Aunteas from episode 216 where we talk about Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, I believe.
Larsa Pippen.
Yeah. And we talk about them having sex 4 times a day.
My dick still hurt from talking about that episode.
We'll run it back, but y'all look on YouTube because when Karel did this with his finger, it took me out, bitch. I was like, the visual.
I forgot about that.
Just wore out. But here's the clip.
All righty, ladies. What time is it?
Ask your
auntie.
Okay, Latasha.
She liked that show.
Hello,
she liked that show.
She do like that.
She liked that show.
Honestly, the only part I didn't like was that one part.
Okay. And their names apparently too.
I'm still not.
And their names.
I won't remember their names.
She said, "I know the groups. I know the groups. Right? I know their songs.
And barely know them.
But you don't know, like, what's the first Escape song that comes to your mind?
Just Kick It.
Just
yeah.
Kick It.
Okay, I know that. Like, it doesn't like their music doesn't like come to mind, but I know it when I hear it.
Got it. What's the first SWV song that comes to your mind?
It's Rain for
me. Or Weak.
wait. Understanding is not their song. That's Escape.
Well, there you go.
This is given very like when your mama know your friend's name, but that little girl over there, look, that little girl right there. I know her name. I don't know it right now, but I know her name. That's very much that.
I know when I see her.
Right.
We found our clip for the week.
Yeah,
honey. I am leaning into my DM Warwick Ines.
Ma'am.
Like,
yes,
it ain't sticking.
The Auntie Shards, Dion, Bonita, and Warwick. That is who she is. Oh, Lord. All right.
Understanding. Weak.
He said, understanding. I'm so done.
We will say it.
Like, this bitch said I couldn't name a damn Escape song, but she knew understand.
I'm sorry, that is too funny.
That is too much for me.
Well, I aim to please.
Yes.
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. That's a 5-star Yelp review right there, bitch. Absolutely.
Smithy, you hear that?
5 stars.
You hear
5
that?
stars.
5 stars. 5 stars.
Done.
All right, who's got
It
it?
says, hey, aunties, is there such a thing as wanting too much sex or having too much sex? If you saw this week, Larsa Pippen said she and Scottie Pippen had sex 4 times a night for 23 years. How was that even possible? 4 times a night for 23 years. Oh no, let's do the math right. So 4 times 365.
She about to really do the math.
Uh-huh.
I'm not doing the math. I will say this. I'm gonna say yes, it's possible. I'm gonna say yes, it's possible. I just think about people who are in the the porn industry and how many people I've heard about talking about how what their body counts are and stuff like that. For instance, I was watching a YouTube video and someone was interviewing Austin Wolf, the hot monster daddy, and he said, well, his body count was like 40,000.
I was like, damn, girl.
I was like, damn.
And I did the math then too. I said, hold on, because he said like over 20 years. I was like, hold on, like damn, like that's like 2, 3, 4 a day.
So that's to my point. This stuff right here, some people just have a very high sex drive like that, where they just, it is what it is. I don't know. I wouldn't say there's a thing as too much sex. It's just about finding the right person that wants to have that much sex with you.
That's beat the pussy up.
Yeah.
Beat the pussy.
Shut the fuck up. I can't with you, beat the pussy up. Shut up, Carell. I am not playing with you.
That just makes me a little exhausted.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's one thing. Like, she didn't say 4 times a day. She said 4 times a night.
Like waking me up.
I'm just so apparently you just sleeping during the day. Is that what's going on? Or
and
maybe it's like so fast. It's like, okay, 2 pumps, squirt, and then go to the bathroom. Okay, 2 more. Like,
maybe it's a short duration. Maybe it's not a whole spectacle all 4 times.
That just, oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean, I've been with a guy that could.
First of all, my sex drive,
someone that could nut multiple times like that. So, I mean, maybe that's the thing too. Maybe they're just
like that. You got that control, like, okay, little squirt, and then
got that gorilla grip. That gorilla grip. Ah, bitch.
4 times a night
for 23 years.
Every
That's
night.
The thing.
Every night for 23 years.
And I saw the clip of this too.
I don't want anything 4 times a night for 23 years.
Either.
I'm done. I'm sorry. I don't.
I do. I won't be counting sheep 4 times a night. Like, I won't be asleep. Like, I like sex with them. Like, I mean, and here's the thing, like maybe 4 times here and there, you're like, okay, we were just going at it that night, shit, But consistently, it's like that's a lot.
Like,
that's.
I don't know Larsa Pippen like that. I don't know what she was doing while he was, playing and stuff like that. She was sleeping during the day, and then he would be ready to go all night. Let me tell you, if I was a stay at home, spouse, okay, and my spouse is paying the bills, bitch, the least you can do is break this back. Go ahead, bitch. I will do my yoga every day. You want me over here? Cool. I'll be right over there. Bitch, you want me over here? Okay, boom. Boom. Let's go. Okay, look. I'm not bringing the money home. That's
for 23 years.
Bitch, I will take me a goddamn Adderall. Be ready to go, bitch.
That booty hole would be through.
Well, God bless y'all and y'all holes. Just the friction alone, damn! Like, that's
friction of it.
Well, maybe she switches it up. Maybe, like, time number 1 is in the vajayjay, time number 2 is in the boom boom, time number 3 is in the hand,
in the mouth,
and then time number 4 is in the sucky sucky.
They'd be doing
not a 1-person band, bitch.
just saying. Woo. Woo, good for her. But good for Scotty too to be able to do it 4 times a night for 23 years. Because Scottie Pippen got to be almost 60. So good for him too. Damn. Let me go to your doctor.
I don't know if that's a superpower or a super curse. I'm sorry.
all the above.
I don't know. That's I mean, kudos. Look, we should be kudosing Laura, because I can't imagine that she's the one that's like, you know, where her sex drive. I mean, maybe she is. Maybe she does have that kind of a sex drive. I know a lot of women out there have pretty insatiable sex drives, and it's not just men, but that's prison.
Because when she was talking about, like, because she's on some, like, either housewife show or whatever, and so, like, all the ladies were like, oh my God. And then, what's his face? Andy Cohen was like, wait, hold on. And you know, Andy be messy. So he wanted all the details. He's like, wait, he said 4 times a night? He's like, well, damn.
I'm really starting to think
that's 31,481 times in 23 years and 25 cents. So half a time where maybe he didn't finish or something. Or a quarter of a time.
Honestly, that makes me think that, you know, maybe his stamina, how long it takes for each, you know, time isn't that long, you know, because like, I mean, like in my own currently right now, like it's at least 60 minutes. But when I think about 60 minutes, I also know that there are this could happen 4 times in 60 minutes. If you, and then you're done. You know what I'm saying?
So 60 minutes, that's 4 hours of your night.
That's the part where I'm like,
for 23 years, like, bitch.
Right.
I'm surprised you ain't got bags.
You got rug burns on top of rug burns, on top of Indian burns, on top of like
that putty cat.
Somebody need to answer what kind of lube she's using, because that's the real tea.
That's the sponsorship.
All natural.
Right. Don't say that. You cut into your coins. You gotta shout somebody out.
It's like, thank you, Swiss Navy.
Yeah, that's a sponsorship. Right? That's a real sponsorship.
Seriously.
Facts.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Let us know.
I'd be curious.
Well, I want to know. I want to know what the community thinks about this. Like, anybody out there that this sounds appealing to them? I'm very curious. 23 years, every single day. Excuse me, every single night.
Right. And because one of the ladies asked her, theory. They were like, do you like, what do you do? Like, they were like, do you not like travel by yourself? She's like, no, we're always together. She's like, we flew private and all this stuff. Da, 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 da. I was like, oh my Lord. Okay, then. She said, I'm keeping this man. He ain't sleeping with nobody else.
Okay. Look, Big 30.
She said, I seen basketball wives.
Let's see if Scottie Pippen stepped out of his relationship.
Probably. And then here's the crazy thing, though. They just got a divorce. And Larsa Pippen is now dating Michael Jordan's son, which is a whole crazy, like, 360 circle, just craziness.
She is?
Yes. Which that's that's the TT of this whole situation.
That is the TT.
Oh, so she's his ex-wife, Laura Pippen.
They just got a divorce, and now she's dating Michael Jordan's son. And if I don't know, DeJuan, if you know
Larsa,
Pippen,
not Laura, Larsa.
Yeah, Larsa.
Mm-hmm.
Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan were like teammates forever in the 90s.
Yeah.
So that's
wild. That's wild.
Very wild.
Wow.
Ooh, Lord. So,
apparently Laura. So this might be Laura's thing, because all these apparently she's been stepping out.
Oh, she the one that needs it 4 times a night?
Scottie Pippen was, let's see. The reason Future slept with Scottie Pippen's wife, Larsa. Scottie Pippen's wife admitted she was cheating on him with another NBA player. Let's see.
Damn.
Millionaire rapper started an affair with Scottie Pippen's wife to avenge rude behavior. She just letting it all out. So maybe Scottie was the one on lockdown.
Scottie out here ragged now. Scottie's like, my dick don't work no more. Don't rub the skin off. Down to the white meat. She gonna fuck them to the white meat. Shit.
Oh my God.
Done.
Damn. Dick was never the same.
Just worn out. You know when you strike a match and it gets all like wilted and like curled up and whatnot, like, when it's all burnt out?
Shut up. No, not the.
Did it just fall off? Because, like, let's be all the way real, though. Like, you've had some times when maybe the friction was too much and your dick be sore. And so, like, I can't imagine fucking on a sore dick like that, like, every night. Like, ooh. Even as appealing as that sounds, then it gets to a point where, like, my dick hurts.
I feel like this is less a Scottie Pippen thing and he wanting it and more of a Larsa Pippen thing. I'm leaning towards that direction now.
Scottie done saw Larsa was checking out Michael Jordan's son that whole time. He's like, I gotta fuck her to stay. And she still left. Sheesh. Well, community, let us know. Do you have an AYA like this? Let us know. Send them to AYA at minorityareport.com or DM us and let us know. Can you fuck 4 times a night for 23 years? Does that sound appealing to you? And if so, then, send the DM.
And if you're 22, just keep it. Look, and if you're 22, keep it to yourself because that's some 22 bullshit. But if you north of 30, those are the people I want to hear from because you've been fucking for at least 10 years.
That's a word.
You've been fucking for at least 10 years. So if you 30 or over and you can keep it going for 4 times a night for 23 years, I want to hear that.
That part. And ladies and non-binary, all the above. We want to hear from the LGBTQIA plus collective.
Show up.
Let us know.
Come through.
Because damn, we need to step our game up.
We probably have a live episode coming up pretty soon. So we need to have this. We don't need DMs. We need the whole. We need
right.
The
that is true. We bring this back up. You right. Our 4-year anniversary is coming up, and I'm sure we'll probably do some kind of live at some point. We bringing this back up. We want to know.
We need to know who is out there. Who are the superheroes?
Honey,
and the super sheroes.
Honey, that is a word.
Oh, so baby, I mean,
it's the math still for me though.
Yeah,
it's the math. Like the math ain't mathing in my head.
It's the one man band for me. We were like,
you're stupid. We are stupid.
I wonder what like their like lube bill is like a month because 4 times to avoid chafing and just rug burn and all kinds of other like things that comes along with having
Costco gallon. They have to buy the Costco gallon. You ever been to one of the gay shops and you be like, why would someone ever get
big old boy butter tub?
Yeah, bitch. Example.
They got one of those gas station pumps.
Warm it up.
Okay. Here we go.
At this point, it's motion sensor. You just go underneath. Right. You just
it's automatic.
They got one of those.
They got automatic lube dispenser.
Look,
that's fire.
They got a sex closet that has a button. When they go in, it doesn't do anything, but when they leave, it automatically just drips lube from the ceiling right on them. So they go back to the bedroom like this.
No, I want me an automatic lube dispenser.
Bitch,
that's a fire ass idea,
honey.
You hear the noise?
and you don't have to have that slippery ass bottle at the end of the day that you can never get that shit off.
Seriously,
you be picking it up. You're like, I'm not even using this. It's sliding out of the hand and shit.
True. You like lube, like because everybody got lube in that, like that little side drawer, right? And it just be somehow, even though it's closed, you be like, why is the lube all over this fucking drawer,
girl? How?
Like, come on.
And depending on how much it is, you're like, damn, that's 4 or 5 runs. Like, come on now.
That's at least Monday night.
Right.
Oh God. Well, Larsa Pippen, I mean,
Hats off.
Let's be real.
Pants off.
Honey. It need to be hats on because I'm like, they would have had 20,000 children. So,
Damn.
the hat was on.
I imagine afterwards she looks like Cynthia, Angelica's doll from the Rugrats. I imagine that's what she looks like afterwards. Just bent, bitch. Just wild.
Disgruntled,
4 times a
dismayed.
day. Look. Delirious.
She must be like Sigourney Weaver in the Ghostbusters movie. Remember, I am the Keymaster. Remember at the end of the Ghostbuster movie where she was like that demon, but she was like a sex demon. Am I the only one that you don't remember this? Yeah, it was her and Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis, a guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. They were in that movie, and they got like possessed by 2 different kind of demons that when they consummate, it's supposed to bring the coming of the end of the world and da 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 da.
The coming.
Literally.
The cunnilingus of the end of the world.
The only thing I remember about Ghostbusters is the Marshmallow Man and Slimer.
Yeah.
When you pull this episode together, go ahead and find that clip and then put that bitch in here because you're gonna die, bitch. Yeah, you're gonna be like, that's Laura Pippen right there.
Oh damn.
Do you want this body?
Is this a trick question? I guess the roses worked, huh?
Sorry, Larsa.
The succubus.
Damn. And here's and we'll move on, but the fucked up thing too is she was dating Michael Jordan's son. That's the fucked thing. She done left Scottie Pippen, went to the son of Michael Jordan. Like that's still fucked up in my mind.
Nuh-uh. Let me tell you, I love when a woman gets a newer model. Okay, men do it all the time.
She said an upgrade.
But of the best son, might as well. Okay.
And petty at the same time, bitch. Come on now, that's a win-win.
You got a new model and it's petty.
Taking notes. Write that book, bitch. Write that book.
You're right. Okay, then. Damn. Let's see who is. Oh, I guess it's me. My Ask Yo Aunteas. I mean, there's a lot of them again for me, but I like the one. Well, I didn't like the question because it sucked for the person, but it was the one talking about the racist friend and how they put on social media how they wanted to buy like some black art, and then the friend came in the DM saying, "Oh, well, if I put in my stories." Yeah. I want some white art. So I that one was like, you needed some new friend. So that's another one where we were like very meticulous about that title, the racist friend, like the yin and yang of that sentence. Yep. It's like how your friend racist like that. But anyway, we'll come back and maybe discuss that after we talked again. But here it is, Ask Yo Aunteas' racist friend, and that was episode 229. Okay, let's see here. Jerome, you want to read it? We'll let you read it.
Sure. Hey, aunties. I recently put up on my IG story that I was looking for art for my new apartment, and preferably art from a black artist. I then had a supposed friend send me a message that said, if I said I'm looking for art preferably from a white artist, would you call me racist? Are you kidding me? If you have to ask me this, we aren't friends. With that said, why would you have handled this situation? How would you have handled this situation? And is there any coming back from this from the friendship? And what's your point of view? Girl, tripping over my words.
Yes. Oh no, you're good. And obviously the person that said this is black, and the friend that said some shit was white. Yeah. I get tired of white folks saying, "Oh, what you saying is racist." No, ho, it ain't. Y'all created this shit. We ain't have this dynamic before y'all wanted to create this dynamic, and everything else in this world is white. So if I say I'm gonna get some black shit, I'm gonna get some black shit because I need to make sure that we stay relevant in this world because y'all keep trying to eliminate us. So keep that shit to yourself. If you said you wanted from a white artist, my first assumption would probably be like, yeah, you're racist. But then my second would be like, duh, because 99% of the shit out there is white artists. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just get tired of white folks always trying to change the conversation back to what we said is racist. It's not. We're literally trying to help our community because you guys are not helping our communities. And it's that point blank in the period really for me. So if you got hurt that we ain't buying white art, bitch, we don't. Everything else in the house is probably white because it's so prevalent out there.
Yeah, look at the carpet, the paint on the wall.
Right? It's just
So
like,
white
it's like, and then how you gonna tell me what to put in my own damn house too? Like that's the other part. It's like, how you gonna text me, telling me what to do in my shit?
Sit the fuck down, Christopher Columbus. That's what you should have told him.
Oh, come on, Christopher.
Sit down. Like,
right?
Just the fact that you asked that question says that you're racist. It says it. Because what that says is you don't understand why he had to say that specific thing, because he wanted to, just as Carell said, he wanted to support his community that has been significantly disenfranchised and underserved. So the fact that you don't understand why he had to have that caveat in there and why he would want to support his own community when there are a gazillion other white people out there that, first of all, are knocking off black people art to begin with. But then second of all, that shit is everywhere. So if you're somebody's supposed friend, why would you come at them with this kind of question?
Right.
Like, I don't understand the motive. Like, what's the, like,
me either.
The motive was to get a rise and get a reaction so they could then feel good about themselves and asking the question. I think the question could have been worded differently, because if you're asking for maybe an Irish artist, well, now you're looking for a specific type of art. We look for black art because we had no culture. You took it away from us. So black is our culture. If you are Italian,
you understand it when we say queer shit too. Like you understand it when we say we're supporting the gay community. You support you understand it then. So why is it an issue, like you're saying, with black community?
Yeah. Well, again, you know why it's an issue. Because they're racist.
right.
Stay mad. Stay mad.
Again,
stay mad and stay out my DM.
And I don't
like,
think
this is
keeping
look,
these
this
close.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep talking over you, but like this is what is it? Edna Kravitz bullshit. You know that chick on Bewitched always be staring out the window, always worried about what her neighbors are doing. That's what this shit is. You so worried about what somebody else doing. Like, mind your own damn business, Karen boy.
And for the last part, is there any way to come back from this friendship? There's always a way, but do you want there to be a way? Like that's just too much energy.
Question.
You don't have to put energy into a situation that you don't want to. They don't deserve, almost honestly, an answer really, and they don't deserve. If you tell them I don't want to chill with you no more, they don't deserve an explanation. Just move on, because it's not your job. And look at this. This is what DeWanda Jarrell always preached to me, and I'm about to preach it to this person. It's not your job to always educate, to educate the others. You know,
girl.
Like,
how did the words taste coming out of your mouth? Because, honey,
it's not your job to always educate.
They were all so sweet.
But if you want to break it down why it's offensive. But then when you're done breaking that shit down, you don't have to spend your time with this person, because clearly they, like Jarrell said, we're doing it to get a rise out of you more than anything. Because I don't know, it just seems like it's so simple for other shit when you say, like you said, Irish or queer or things like that. But it's always an issue when we say we want to buy black. I don't. You
know what? Like the whole thing about like how would you have handled this situation? Now that I've had like a couple of seconds to think about it, I would just say, you know what? Why don't you put that on your timeline and then see what kind of responses you get from that? That'll tell you. You don't need me to tell you anything. Is that racist? I don't know. Put it out there. Put it out there. Tag your boss in it. Tag your grandma in it. Like, you know, like if you really want to know if some shit is off,
play if you want to.
Put it out there in these streets. Don't ask me in a DM where it's safe. You put it out there. Put it out there on your timeline. If you pumping out your chest so hard, go ahead and do it then. because then he, like, I don't know if it's a he or she, but this, our community member went out and put their shit out there. They put the request out there in these streets.
Yep.
So, like, if you're gonna come at somebody with a DM, be like, oh, if I did this, would that make me racist? Well, I don't know. Put it out there in the streets and see what the streets got to say about it.
Well,
And tag your boss.
That part of it.
Let me know how it shakes out
Right.
for you.
Yeah, man. Let me know how it went. That's the DM I want.
That's right. That's
Like, other than that, stay out my DMs. Stay out my motherfucking DM.
mind the business that pays you.
Yes.
Honey.
Come on.
Ugh.
Yeah, and that idea of, like, is this a friendship? Is there any way to come back for this? I would venture to say that if this person was truly close to you and was your real friend, they would never come at you with some whack shit like this out of their mouth.
Yeah, they wouldn't send you a DM. They would have been phone
I mean,
calls.
I don't know the situation.
They would have found you a black artist and put some out in your home. They would have sent you some shit to your crib and said, "Look, congrats on your new apartment." That's what that friend would have really done.
I got you. Yeah. So, I don't think y'all really even had a friendship.
Acquaintances.
Right. Like, and y'all gotta be really careful who you call somebody a friend, because, especially in the gay community, you meet one person once in a bar, think they're cute, and be like, oh yeah, that's my best friend. That's da 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 da. Meanwhile, they out there Ku Klux Klaning and walking around with their little tiki torches and all that kind of bullshit on the weekends. Like, you need to be real careful who you use that word friend with. There are people that people that are acquaintances, and then people that are like your friends, people that in your circle, they know you know them. Sounds to me like you didn't know this person, because clearly you didn't know that they had this kind of energy in them.
You were aghast.
Right. I mean,
he said it sounded
to stop.
Sounded to me that you did not know this person. It was the hand gesture and everything for me.
Yeah. Just because y'all was Facebook friends.
Just because y'all was fucking. How about that? Just because y'all was fucking.
Next time,
and then you didn't
down. Put the margarita down,
honey.
It was one margarita too many.
Hey.
And that might be the time of the episode.
Yep.
One margarita too many. Oh Lord.
Yep.
Yeah. But and here's the thing: like, we've all been in situations where people that we thought were friends or supposed friends broke your heart, broke your energy, and that's just another life lesson. You learn it and keep it moving as best as you can, So we've all been there. Maybe not to this kind of a situation, but like, there's been moments where people that you thought maybe were your friend, and you break your heart, and that's what relationships have. I mean, especially if you're vulnerable enough to, like, bring people into your ether. Mm-hmm. There's always that risk potentially of getting your heart broken, and things like that. So,
and on the flip side of it, there could be a world in a scenario where, in a universe where the question was truly genuine. Like, the way that it's phrased here doesn't seem that way. But there could be a world in which the question is truly, like, genuine. But again,
you multiverse, okay?
Well, the concept is out there. The concept is out there. But I don't think that this is the case. I don't think this is the case. This
question was copy and pasted from his DMs, okay?
Yeah. No. And seeing the rest of the stories on the DMs, or like on the story, just because this is where it came from. Yeah, no, that person was not it. That wasn't a true friend. So
yeah.
So
let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Let that hoe go anyway. Continue to send your Ask Yo Aunteas to AYA at Minoritea Report. com or DM us. And honestly, that's what people do more than anything is DM us. Stay in our DMs for that shit. Other that bullshit, no, stay out the DMs. And shout out to Drell, the other Drell, as we call him, Auntie Tequila, for filling in that episode. But I like the ultimate advice that we came to from Dewan was like, put it out there, put it on your stories that you want some white art. See what happens.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Put it out there then. And that's real. It's like, oh, you don't think it's racist? Then put it out there. See what happens.
That reminds me of that clip. I forget what the actor's name is. The black guy is being interviewed by some white guy, and he goes, why do black people get to say it and I can't say it? And he goes, you can say it. I will say it with you.
Yeah. He's like, you can say it.
Go
and
on.
he was like,
I will say it with you.
Quick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen, don't tip me with a good time.
Seriously. And it's funny, like someone, and it might have even been from this episode, or there was some episode we had last year about talking about the N-word and who could say it or not. And there was even a post on YouTube out there. Someone's like, everybody can say the N-word. I was like, okay, say the N-word if you want to. Yeah. That was the reply I put on it. I was like, say it if you want to there.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. Say it right now.
Questions.
Yeah.
Say it right now.
Yeah. I mean,
if you want to. See what happens.
Like, you can't say it. You might not like what happens after you say it, but you can say it.
You have the physical capability and the time and the opportunity. Fill in the blank. Go for it. Matter of fact,
and afterwards, and I'm gonna say
it at work.
Have the opportunity to think before you speak.
Say it at work. Don't just say it in the comments where nobody's seeing it. Say it at work. Say it at work. Stand up in the pew and say it at church.
Well, I'm pretty sure maybe at the church. Then depending on if it's the all white church.
They already singing it. they already done said it.
It's already in their non-rhythmic hymns, bitch. So they already be singing, bitch.
And let the congregation say, "Somebody finally said it out loud." God damn.
Yeah, they said, "Amen." So stupid. Oh my god!
I can see that shit clear as day.
How was church today, Fred?
It was great. We had the most truth-saying conversations ever.
Oh my god! I'm hot now. Coming to 2024 hot.
Can you imagine being a guest that week and somebody stood the fuck up and said that shit? Oh my god.
That sounds like an episode of TV. Like that sounds like they're like, oh my god, did y'all watch so and so episode last week?
Honestly, that sounds like a Dave Chappelle skit. Like literally like having somebody dress up in whiteface, go into some random church and then start dropping the N-word and just to see what happened. That shit would be funny and scary as hell.
Period. But I think that goes back to Chappelle saying, he's like, that's the part where I don't know if they're laughing at me or with me, know? And I think that's what he got tired of in that show. He'd be like, damn, I ain't doing that skit. He's like, even though it's funny, there's still gonna be some people out there that take that shit the wrong way and run with it.
Right.
It's like, damn, fucking up shit all the time. All right, Dewan, what you got, boo?
This is a hard left. Seriously. But this absolutely goes back to the classics of what our Ask Your Aunteas were about year one. Because honey, year one was wild and this one did not disappoint. This is in a gist. This is a person that anonymously wrote in because they happen to be having a love affair, a sexual tryst with their boss's husband and trying to navigate that world. So take a look. I gave our guest of honor the choice of sex or drugs, and she chose sex. So here we go. Okay, aunties, I had sex with somebody I probably should not have had sex with. Specifically, I had sex with the husband of my boss. And then we discovered that we really like each other. So it's maybe worse than that. I might be falling in love with somebody that I definitely should not even be allowed to like. And who, if I keep it up with, will probably torpedo my career if or when it does get out. I like my job. I like my lover. I like my boss too, to be honest. Am I completely screwed, or is there a path I can't see from here?
Nope. That's so funny. We were talking about BET because did you hear Deborah Lee, who was the president of BET for the longest, after Bob Johnson, who founded BET, just put out she's putting out her memoir and she's doing the circuits, said that she got blackmailed to stay in a relationship with Bob Johnson because they had an affair. And he said, if you leave me, there goes your career. So blackballed her into staying at BET all these years because he was like, I'm going to fire you if not. That's crazy that this question came in because that's hitting the media right now. Girl, the dick ain't that good. Like, there's other dick in the sea. If you like your career, you need to stop this. Come on,
but
now.
Then if you stop,
somebody's husband, spouse. Say that again.
But I said, but then if you stop, then are you screwed? Like, can they fire you after?
Probably.
I mean, ooh.
Probably. I mean, that's the choice you made. I mean, and here's the thing. This sound like, I mean, I won't say age because it could be any age. I get sometimes there's the lure of this power dynamic that people like probably fall in love with more than even like the human being. There's something of you doing something that's wrong and they're your boss. So you kind of like that I don't know.
The danger.
In some people's mind, that spice, right? That danger of it. But again, you ask again, will this completely torpedo my career or when it gets out? Yeah, even if y'all madly in love, let people start figuring this shit out because, okay, maybe the boss will keep you there, but now the workers are like, oh, you only got that promotion because you sleeping with him. You only did this because you sleeping with him, this and that. And so it changes the dynamic within your co-worker culture more than even the boss culture. So that's that's why I said the dick can't be that good. Like, there's a lot of good dick out there that ain't your boss.
But it's hard to find. That's why he's proximity dick.
So that was proximity. I guess it's proximity dick then. Yes. I guess I don't know.
If good dick was out there, he wouldn't have found I don't know if it was a he. They would have found dick at the holiday party. Okay. They would have had it. They would have brought it to the holiday party. They would have had it before, after, lined up after the holiday party. They'd have been like, "Look, the holiday party starts at 8:00. I got to be there for an hour and a half. I'll roll through around 10. T. You up? Type T."
Here's the thing, though. They said, "Am I completely screwed, or is there a path I can't see from here?" So it sounds like they already knew that it might not be the best thing that they've ever done and continue to do. Or you wouldn't ask the question, is there a path that I can't see from here? They know that they might be stepping on some broken glass here.
Mo, what do you think?
I mean, here you go. I have been there in my 20s with a married man. I have been there in my 20s with a married man. Actually, he wasn't married, but he had kids. But that was different. We didn't have video phones. We didn't have cell phones
Oh, wait, hold on. It's the husband of the boss, not even the boss.
Yeah, it's the husband of the boss.
I just reread that. Hold on, then maybe that changed. Hold on. Okay, go ahead, Mo. I gotta rethink my answer.
Look, it's the husband of the boss. This is what I want to know. I have so many questions. Like, what took place that allowed you to feel a certain way? Like, did the boss's husband like put their hand in the small of your bag? What was it that allowed you to feel so bold to go, oh yeah, that's Sharon's husband. I don't care. I'm gonna get that. Like, what job do you have where, it couldn't be anything like, in finance, anything serious. It really can't be.
It was the creative team. It was the marketing team.
It's something low level. They might be in HR somewhere low, but she's the call center manager, but not the I don't.
Honey, let the record show. Let somebody walk in there with a husband or a partner that looks fine to you, and there are a lot of people that will say, "I will risk it all to have that."
Risk it all.
That's fine. That's fine if you're willing to risk it. But what did the husband do for you to be like, you know what I mean? Like, did you bend over
Yeah.
and he looked, or like you saw his bulge and you liked it and he winked? You know what I mean? Like, if they are, you know, two males where you're in the stall, he shook it, you looked, he shook it again. Like, what is that's what happens in the 90s. But
right
you,
in my mind.
you know, now they have the dividers, but you know, in the 90s it was just
true.
you know, so
Willy
like, how
nilly.
do you that's so I tell them to write back in and go, how did it start? That's what I want to know.
Inquirer minds need to know, how did y'all hook up?
Because depending on how it started, that let us know how you're going to finish. Like, were you working with your boss at the house, long hours, there's a rapport, or was this, you saw them at the office and, I'm getting, like, how? I want to know how. And then we can find out.
I like the line that said, I had sex with the husband of my boss, and then we discovered that we actually really like each other. So you thought it was a one-night stand, maybe? Like, so I'm with Mo on this. Like, how did that start?
How? Are they British?
They're anonymous.
Okay, because this is what I heard. My friend who's American, who used to live in California, he works for some fashion company, moved to the UK, and then he said they have a holiday party. He says everybody gets fucked up, according allegedly to him. He says everybody gets fucked up. He said they get really, really, really drunk. He said the manager will be fucking this one over here, this person will be fucking this person, hump, 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 drunk debauchery, and then they wake up Monday morning like nothing happened and be like, how's your work? Do you have the files ready? Very that, like nothing.
Yeah.
So maybe it's one of those. I want to know how it started. Like, how did you get there? At what moment did you say, "Oh, I got it"? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you say he's coming at 4:00, girl. It's 3:30. I'm ready. Like, what?
That part. Ooh.
Dwan,
what's your advice?
You know, in today's world where, you know, polyamory, particularly in the gay community with gay men, is more commonplace than not. I had to read this through the lens of, you know, maybe this relationship is not as monogamous. And so therefore, if they have an arrangement that they can play around with whoever, then whatever their arrangement is, it's possible with a span of 2 degrees of separation between gay people that you might
in the multiverse of Marvel is possible.
Right. And so it is possible. It's very well possible that, you know, by happenstance, whether it's through Grindr, whether it's through whatever, you know, these two people came together, they ended up hooking up and ended up catching feelings for each other. My advice would be just find another job. That would be my advice. Like, don't focus on like what the relationship is going to do at your current job. You got to find another job, because the reality of it is that while you might not have intended to shit where you eat, that's what you ended up doing. And so as much as you love the job that you're in, or, you know, and your boss, you apparently love your boss or like your boss.
You like
apparently
your boss
not
so much
enough to sleep with them.
Husband.
Apparently don't like them enough to sleep with them, though. I would say,
like most people are like, "Oh,
job.
girl, I like your shoes." We're like, "No, I like your husband."
I would find another job, because there very well could be the beginnings of a fairy tale romance between you and the boss's husband that you slept with. And it could be a potential disaster movie between you and your boss when shit comes to light. So
fatal attraction.
You don't want to be anywhere. Right. You don't want to be anywhere where you are putting yourself at a significant disadvantage. And right now you're at a disadvantage by being the employee, the direct report of the person with whom you're having the person with whose husband you're having relations with. So protect your coins. Protect your coins. Find another job. You can get another job anywhere.
How soon would you say they need to find another job?
Now.
Like, should they put now? That's what I was saying. Now. Put the 2 weeks.
Get your bonus for the year and get out of there.
Nope, don't even wait. Don't even wait. Because the thing of it is you don't know when shit's about to blow up. And you don't want to be collateral damage, even though you started the shit. You don't want to be having your career being collateral damage. Just because you out here being single and having fun, it's not your fault. See, it's the husband's fault. It's the husband's fault. So
it's kind of
I would say,
she knew.
You know,
he knew, they knew.
If you want to, if I were you, I would say cut my losses with the job. Find something tomorrow. And then whatever happens,
Would
if
you
y'all
use
can,
them as a reference?
So would.
Or would you use the husband as a reference?
I would get that reference right quick.
I'm done.
Oh, that's some foul shit right there. That is some extra foul
Damn.
shit. Damn. Yeah, that's a good. We haven't had a juicy one like that in a minute.
Good.
That was good. And community, continue to send your questions to aya@minoriteareport.com or DM us.
Oh,
That's why.
my God.
Ooh, Lord.
Woo!
I forgot about that one.
Now,
is like, ooh,
as a person who works in HR, I would strongly advise to remain anonymous in this situation, and would also advise to find another path towards another department within that particular location or office, or change jobs altogether, because
literally
that situation is not going to be good in the long run.
And Mo had questions like, I need some follow-up questions. I got some questions on this.
But you know,
that's right, boo.
But the reality of it is, in the more sexually open that the collective we are, and embracing of sexuality and becoming more sex positive, situations like this are going to happen more often than
situations will arise in our lives.
and on the heels of Usher and the Super Bowl.
That's coming up here.
So, but that was very that was very eye-opening.
That was a lot. But if you are in these situations, continue to send those questions in because we like them too. Keep them coming. And again, like everyone said before, it could be anything. It could be a wide range of topics, situations. And that's what, again, the podcast is about, the spectrum of things. So it doesn't just have to be relationships. It doesn't have to just be sex. It could be politics. It could be neighbor issues, family issues, personal issues, happy things too. Like what do I do? What's the next step in my career? What do I do next? How do I do XYZ? Whatever it may be, it could be a host of topics. So continue to send those into aya@minoriteareport.com or DM us, or we have the hotline that's new as well. So I forget the number right now. It's the T line is what we're calling it, by the way. So we'll put that up on the screen somewhere right here. But yeah, continue to send those in because we enjoy them. We enjoy the vulnerability. We enjoy the confidence that you have in us to at least try to advise to the best of our ability. And again, disclaimer, we're not doctors, we're not psychologists, we're not that. But we have lived. And so we could provide a little opinion, some facts here too. We can look up shit to help you out. But that's just part of the show. And we love that you trust us in that regard. And we trust you guys to continue to send them in. So appreciate you.
One of my favorite things to do with the Ask Yo Aunteas as well too. And listeners, take note. You know, sometimes I get tired of repeating myself, or sometimes I get tired of engaging in conversations that are just beneath me. So instead, what I do is I send them clips to when we talk about it for Ask Yo Auntie. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to engage. Just go watch this clip. Here it is. Now you know how
get 3 opinions. Pick your...
and I'm out. Look, bitch. Bitch. Which one you want, bitch?
Yes.
You got a couple, girl.
Come on. No, that's so true.
That's been my new thing to do. That's what I do now.
Oh, I like that's a good idea. That's a good idea. See? And honestly, anymore, I kind of forget. Like I always forget too that like we always have new folks joining the podcast that might not have caught up on the last 260 episodes. Right, so even for us, we're like, oh, we talked about that. Continue to send them in because like there's new folks all the time that we can put different spins or have different spins on questions. So don't feel like we're like, oh, I don't know if this question has come or I remember maybe an episode. Send it in. It is what it is, you know, and we'll put a new twist. And honestly, it's 2024 now. We might have a different spin on it, honestly. So so continue to do so. Don't feel like you're like, oh, I heard that in episode 17 or whatever it is. So
not Auntie Shar. She said she meant what she said.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Well, she meant it then. She'll remit it. But again, community, all brand new episode next week. So get ready for that. We'll be coming in, you know, hot. But all the holiday stuff that don't happen, all the
Yes,
New Year
ma'am.
stuff that don't happen. I'm sure there'll be just a lot of hot tea moments. Maybe even bring back the aunties. Do you give a damn? We'll see. But but until then, anything else on your hearts and minds? No.
I'm good.
No?
Just keep
Cool.
listening. Thank you for the love. And we got a
Yeah.
great year ahead. We're really excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So wash your hands, wash your legs, wash your ass. See you next week. Bye.
Bye, y'all.